Well, hello there, humans of his earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be having a look at the M249. And I'm going to be live testing it and breaking down for you exactly what's going on with the gun, because they've changed it. And it's not great, I'm pretty sure. But we're going to test it out anyway. To do that, I'm going to have to do a bit of a room. We'll get that done. I'm going to show you how I do it, the process and everything like that, which will be cool. Yeah, anyway, let's get this uploaded. I'm just uploading the thing I want to Twitter, etc., etc., etc. There we go. All right, that's good. What else have I got to do here? I've got to do things. This is cool. Excellent. G'day, everybody. Etc., etc., etc. I'm really nailing it here. This is where the action happens. Here we go. Copy that. No, don't do that. Pin this. Tweet that, for God's sakes. Hang on 1 second. Bollocks. Remove that. Yep. Put that there and pin that. Good. All done. Right. Excellent. Bloody lovely. Let's get on with it. So, I'm going to try and interact with the chat and doing a whole lot of stuff. And I've decided to pull the head cam while I do this because I don't want to get halfway through and have the Mac freak out, which can happen, as we all know. Let's do it. First of all, I've already done the 60 frames per second with the gun. Let's see how it looks at 90 frames per second. Let's see what the rate of fire is like. Oh, wow, that's slow. At 60 frames per second. Thanks very much, Zach. Now, I'm going to save this. And then I'm going to show you how we do this in Final Cut Pro. So I'm going to open Final Cut Pro up while this is all happening. And there we go. Kill that. So it's Final Cut Pro there. And I'll save this while that's happening. 60 FPS M249. Might be a second. Alrighty. Now I'm just going to work through this and show you how we do this. All video, import video. Okay, well, first of all, I'll show you, this is the M249 at 90 frames per second. Now, the old rate of fire at 90 frames per second was exceedingly good. I'll open that up now here for you so you can see it. That is just along here. It is 0. Whoa. Behave yourself. The old rate of fire is just along here. The M249, that is there. 0.76 seconds per round. Okay, that's the old rate of fire on the M249 at 90 frames per second. This is the rate of fire on the M249 now at 90 frames per second. Here we go. Let's turn off that sheet and turn on Final Cut Pro so you can see it. This is the M249 here. I've already done it. This is what it looks like. Firing. And I start it at 30 rounds. There is 30 rounds. So we actually, the first round fired, when you can see it go from 30 to 29, just there, that's when the game starts. And then when the gun turns red, which clocks it out, which happens just, and we go frame by frame. This is at 90 frames per second, just there. I'll extend that out so you can actually see this a bit clearer. That's where we cut it, okay, where the gun turns red. That's how long it takes to fire 30 rounds. That happens at 2.57 seconds. Right, all we've got to do then is divide 2.57 by 30 rounds. That gives us a rate of fire for every round of 0.85. 8.6, 0.856. But anyway, we're not going to worry about that too much. Go back to the sheet, and you will see that that's not that great because the old number was 0.076. So it's actually gone up a tenth of a second, or a hundredth of a second, which is a lot. .010. Well, no, it's a tenth of a second. What am I doing? I'm an idiot. That's a hell of a lot. That's actually slower than it was firing at 60 frames per second. Now, we just did a little test at 60 frames per second. Let's drag that over here. 60 FPS, M249. We're going to drag that into the project bar here. Let's have a squiz at that. Cut it, edit, chop, slop. You get quicker at doing this as you get older. It's one of the few things you get quicker at. Oh, that's not true. Here we go. Okay. Let's drag that back up to 30 rounds. Let's turn the volume down too, so it doesn't break everyone's earballs. I'm going to cut it there so we can drag that back across. And there we go. Let's drag that along to where the first round kicks off. Just there. So from 30 to 29 happens just there. We're going to cut that, get the time code across, and then see when the gun goes red. And that's when it stops. And we'll see if it's actually slower. Yeah, it's definitely slower. It's definitely slower at 30. From 1 to 0 is right there. Now that is at 2.87 seconds. So 2.87 divided by 30 equals shitballs. That's horrible. So the rate of fire now is the same as an M416 at 60 frames per second. That ain't good. Okay? That ain't good. It's actually really, really bad. You guys couldn't see any of that. My bad. Okay, let me open up Final Cut Pro for you so you can actually see what the hell's going on. This is the gun. I've done all the cutting and the editing. This is the gun at 90 frames per second. I'm going to run it for you, see if you can tell the difference. This is at 60 frames per second, at 90 frames per second. And then this is at 60 frames per second. You ready? I better turn it up so you can actually hear the thing. Let's run those two next to each other again. 90 frames per second. Wow, that's slow. That is so slow. You can hear it chugging along. That is so freaking slow. That's horrible. So it's now firing slightly slower, about the same as a SCAR-L. It's a SCAR-L, okay, in terms of rate of fire, which is just shit. And that takes the time to kill drastically out of the woods. Now, we haven't tested the damage yet, which we're going to test right now. I'm going to set up a room, and I'm going to get one of my assistants in there, and we're going to go and find a bloody M249 and bang each other with it, which sounds like a lot more fun than it is. Room. Create room. Create room. Yes, I will create an advanced room. Here we go. We'll do it on Miramar because that's the longest room I can think of. I'm not going to show you the thing yet. I'm just going to invite people into it. Advanced. Play, shrink speed, lower, weapons. I mean, I really, 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 really want to have some kind of... I don't have anything in there that I can change in terms of... Okay. Miramar, advanced, slow the shrink of the play zone, general, password, cool. All right, who's in the Discord chat here with me? Just GT? Are you in game, GT?
Patching quick.
Okay. Oh my God. Well, this is where we're falling down just a touch. Let me have a chat to the live stream just here while we talk about it. So you can see that's kind of crappy. The new shooting feature. Yeah, it ain't great. It ain't great. It doesn't seem to be doing a lot. It does give you slightly more accuracy. But it's not not enough to make it worth your while. Okay, GT, inviting you into the room. Let me know when you get that, mate.
Sorry, I got it, but I just let's see.
Invite sent.
I think I have enough stuff to run still for now.
Okay, you just stay there. I'll stay there. We'll start this off. Right. So I'm going to bring up the room now. Get rid of Final Cut Pro. Get rid of and turn the iPad back on. There we go. Excellent stuff. So that's kind of crazy. The rate of fire. I don't want to put it in the spreadsheet yet, but it's going to have to be massively adjusted. The rate of fire at the moment is basically worse. You get, okay, at 90 frames per second, it's 0.085. Now that is about the same as a, well, what is 0.085? VSS is 0.085. So is the G36C. So is the M416. It's the same rate of fire at 90 frames per second as the AUG, the M4, the G36C. They all get that bonus at 90 frames per second. The SCAR-L doesn't get it. Neither does the QBZ95. They remain at 0.096 seconds per round. So they've given it the same rate of fire as a normal well drop 5.56 AR, which is fucking idiotic to have that in a crate. GT, just drop anywhere with a you want, man, and just look for an airdrop. That's all we need. We just need to get an M249 out of an airdrop.
I'll head to about middle of the map at range and find a car.
What was that, mate?
I'll head to the middle of the map and find a car.
Sounds like a good plan. They've increased the recoil and given it more rounds as a trade-off, and that seems pretty dumb to me. Let's be honest. Did anyone think that they had an issue previously with the amount of rounds in the M249? Raise your hand if your problem with the M249 was that it didn't have enough bullets. Like, yeah, anyone? Just anyone? So they've made it very oddly, and I mean, they've nerfed the damage. The old damage on the M249 was 43 base damage to a chest area, right? So it fired faster than a normal 5.56 AR, and it did more damage, which was great because it was an airdrop weapon. The world's best LMG, right? This is what we're looking at. M249 had to be nerfed is not something I agree with at all. It was a very hard weapon to find. Number one, you had to get it. It had to come out of a crate, okay? Which is just a whole barrel of whatever. So it was a rare weapon. And number two, you had to win the fight for the crate. So you were fighting for an advantage, and even then you weren't guaranteed that advantage. It was the ultimate 10-cent package where you weren't guaranteed to get an M249. The stream's lagging? I don't think it is. I think that could be you. Is it the audio that's lagging or what? You don't have to nerf it for competitive. Like it's the M249. The M249, like, and this is something else. I too spent money on an M249 skin. If I had known it was going to be a pile of turd, I never would have spent the money. No in-game sound. Yeah, no, I've got it turned down. I can sort that out. There you go. In-game sound back. Do you see any planes over there, GT?
Not yet. Oh, I just hear something.
Where are you at?
This is Mikado.
Ricardo, righto. You're the middle of the map. I'm the north end of the map, but I can't see any planes.
I'm just heading to a hill so I can throw a watch out.
Then why they nerf it before it's a world? Yeah, it's made very little sense to me. Why it's been nerfed so hard, and it's certainly been nerfed massively in terms of rate of fire. It's baffling. I mean that sincerely. It's completely baffling to me why it's been nerfed. There is no cause for this to be in a crate drop unless the damage is such that it negates the nerf of the rate of fire. Then I can't understand why it's in a crate drop. Awesome. While trying to... Oh, you are kidding me. I don't see any planes, GT.
Either I'm sitting on a mountaintop here just doing circles. Don't see a thing.
Taking questions from the crowd, though. That's something that's interesting. Laying down while shooting it. I know that sounds crazy, but I tested that in a training room, and the recoil while laying down was stupidly good. And I don't understand why they are making more of this meta where you basically get rewarded for lying down. It seems really bad as an idea. Why is there no airplanes?
Isn't that the same with the dinner plate, though? They have a bipod and they just get stupid at lying down?
Yeah, they do. They get better recoil, but it's like it's got good recoil to start with. The DP, like it's got really good recoil to start with, and the DP didn't have the rate of fire or the time to kill or the shell velocity, the bullet velocity of the M249. But you're talking about a gun that has the same bullet velocity as a 5.56 AR. Actually, that's a good thing for me to test. I can test the bullet velocity. Hang on. Still waiting on an airdrop. I mean, if we find a flare, that'll work too. Are there no flares in rooms now?
What? Is there no airdrops in rooms?
No, there should be airdrops, man.
Nothing would surprise me. Playing a really legitimate game, I'd be well equipped.
There's a plane.
Red zone. Not going.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, it's on slow mode, isn't it? Just 1 second. I'll remove the slow mode off. There you go. Slow mode's off.
Oh, I saw the plane. I did not see it drop.
You don't see any drops on the plane?
I got it. I found it. There we go. I saw it just ways off. It's making my truck. Good time to say I feel my driver's excited.
Yep. Just come on, baby. Give us a little bit of love. Help a brother out.
Generally, they would be so I'm headed over there now.
I can't see anything here. I don't know where it is, but
I don't see the smoke, but I saw the shoots at a big distance.
yeah, which area, dude?
Out towards Monte direction.
Monte Nuevo.
Yeah, towards that general direction. Doesn't mean it's right there because I haven't seen the smoke. Like I said, I just got a glimpse of the dark shoot. Very big distance.
iOS can run 90 frames per second. Kane, I'll show you. Graphics 90 frames per second. Okay. Okay, well, there's another plane coming in, so I'd reckon you look for that one, and I'll try and get a hold of this one.
After that, trying to get past a mountain top to see if I can see it.
All grand, mate. You just have a squiz over there, and I'll try and find this one.
Oh, just caught the last of the smoke. Where you are. Hello, mate. Found one.
You got one?
I got a crate. Let's see what's in it.
Oh.
And guess what I got?
Did you get it or not? Dude.
M249, that's what you want, right?
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Head to what's the? I mean, are you near Monte Nuevo? Is that right?
I'm between Power and Monte.
Okay. Head back to. Oh, actually, yeah. Stay on the main road there between those two. I'll come to you now.
Between Monte and Power area? Okay.
Yeah.
Head down.
Like, yeah, the main road between Monte and San Martin kind of thing.
Yeah, it goes north of Power. Okay.
Yeah.
Headed that way.
Cool, cool, cool. Awesome. The funny thing about the render issue is that it used to be, it would only happen for the client, like your client. It wouldn't happen for the other guy when he was looking at you. I mean, you know what I mean? So I would be behind a mountain. He would see me, or she would see me, and then that would be a hill glitch. But now it started happening where They're behind a mountain. I'm on a ridge. I'm shooting at them, and the hill is glitching right in front of me, which is nuts. Looking for you on this road.
I just got it.
I'm right on the edge of the circle outside Monte Nuevo on the way to Power Grid on the main road.
Oh, I'm headed. I'm a little bit towards Sente, so let me turn.
Where are you headed towards?
I'm closer to Monte, near that actually. I see it right behind me.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. All right. Drop the beast.
You want me to take all armor off, I'm assuming?
Yeah, take all your gear off. I mean, I spent a lot of money on this skin. I would not have spent money on this skin if I'd known they were going to shag the gun. Get rid of the level 3. I'm actually going to get rid of all the ammo so I can only fire one shot. Okay, there we go. All right. And, put your gun down.
Yeah, I'm working on putting everything I can.
Okay, there you go. Too easy. All right, now you can pick a gun up, any gun, and just kill me and win, and we'll see the damage. Just go ham, buddy.
Yay!
Excellent stuff.
Yay, my first win of the night. So excited.
Excellent. Damage 39? What?
What's the number?
Oh my fucking god. It does less damage than a 5.56 AR now. So, it does less damage than a 5.56 AR, has the same rate of fire as the 5.56 AR, and has worse recoil. It is now a massive pile of dog turd. Do not use it. It's not as good as an M4, or they could give it 1,000 rounds and I still wouldn't run it. Yeah, very, very, very disappointing. It's dropped 4 points of damage from 43.9 down to 39.9, which just makes all your other numbers an absolute train wreck. Wow. Should have got you to shoot me in the head. But anyway, that's all right. We'll figure that out. I can't tell you how fucking hopeless this is. It does nowhere near enough to make it worth running. You wouldn't run it over a DP. It is an absolute waste of money and time if you bought a skin for it. 39.9 base damage into a chest area, where it used to do 43.9. So it's dropped 10% of its damage, 10% at least of its rate of fire. Actually, it's dropped like 15% at 60 frames per second. I'll tell you the times to kill now. It's obscene. 0.095 and 0.085. So the time to kill is now back to the old 5.56 AR. It's 0.38 of a second to kill at 60 frames per second into a level 2 vest, and 0.34 of a second to kill at 90 frames per second into a level 2 vest. The DP28 is better on both those. DP28 beats the M249 in time to kill. If you could make a case to why you'd run the M249, I'd love to hear it. It's a fucking train wreck. Don't ever use it again. That's the official word on the street. I'm going to go have some lunch, maybe come back and do a little stream later or something. We'll see how we go. But my God, that is what they call a shit show from PUBG Mobile with that. Absolute train wreck. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll be doing a full video on it tonight. Don't worry. It will contain much vitriol and indignation. Until next time, look after yourselves and stay safe on the battlefield. Thanks, GT Hawk, too.